Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Kumquat TV show review video. If you haven't already seen my promo and intro video, go check it out. First video I made, just give some context into the show, what am I talking about? Creating my own TV show, apparently, no. Give some context into the channel, like what I do here, what, like, the structure of the videos are, and if you're too lazy to go do that, then I respect you, I really do. Yeah, so moving on, though, today, I am going to start with a very well-known show. If you haven't heard of this show, then you're crazy. It is a spin-off of an originally British show. By now, you might know what I'm talking about. The show I'm reviewing today, The Office, An American Workplace. So, like, the way I would describe this show, and I apologize because this is a terrible metaphor, and I know that, but, like, this show is like a milk chocolate bar, right? It's like a milk chocolate hazelnut candy bar, or chocolate bar, whatever. Right, so, you bite into this chocolate bar, right? And you think it's just milk chocolate. And you bite into it, right? And then you realize it is hazelnuts. You're tasting hazelnuts, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm allergic to hazelnuts. But then it's like 30 minutes later and nothing's happened, and you're like, oh, maybe I'm not allergic to hazelnuts. Anyway, sorry, that's like a really bad metaphor, but it's also not. Because the thing about The Office is that a lot of people think it's just one thing. You know, it's just kind of a boring, laid-back mockumentary that, you know, is really tough to get into. Which I'm not gonna lie, that's part of it. But it's also got hazelnuts, and I personally like hazelnuts, and I'm talking about, like, actual hazelnuts, so that's why I think it's a pretty good metaphor for what I'm talking about, which is the hazelnuts are kind of like, it's the rest of the elements in the show, you know? Which isn't just comedy. There is comedy, that's the main focus, I'm not gonna lie, but there's action, there's drama, there's romance. You got the whole package, you got the whole damn chocolate bar. So, you know, I mean, if hazelnuts is like, I don't know, like, drama, then maybe there's some cranberries, too, which is like the romance. So let's say a cranberry hazelnut chocolate bar. That sounds real weird, but I'm going with it. So The Office is a hazelnut, cranberry chocolate bar. That's what it is, right? And so let's start off with the summary, the actual summary, and not just that it's a very strange chocolate bar that you would find at some sketchy convenience store. I'm talking about the real summary here. So, it is about a North American paper company called Dunder Mifflin and the employees that work in that paper company, their work and personal lives. Sounds pretty boring, right? Not so. It is actually one of the most entertaining shows that I have seen. I've seen it 5 times, and there's a reason that I keep watching it, and it's because it's just really good. And let's get right into that. Why is it so good? Let's start with the entertainment factor. So, like, the entertainment factor, right? It is really damn entertaining. And I think that anybody who's seen it all the way through, or even halfway through, will agree with me on that. And it's not just entertaining for the comedy. Again, this ain't just chocolate. This ain't just milk chocolate. This is hazelnuts. This is cranberries. I don't know, maybe something else thrown in there too, like, peanuts. There's peanuts in there too. This is just a crazy-ass chocolate bar, like, you know what I mean? And everything in it's great, even though it sounds really weird. And so, the entertainment factor, again, it's super entertaining, and it is a mockumentary, and I understand that that isn't for everyone. Not gonna lie, some people just aren't into that. Some people aren't into the peanuts. Maybe they don't like the peanuts. Maybe they don't like the hazelnuts. Maybe they don't like the cranberries. Who knows? Take it or leave it. But I take it, and I think a lot of people take it. I think a lot of people love the show, die hard for it. So many fan clubs, spin-offs, Discord chats, whatever the heck it is, it's out there. And just so much fandom around this show and love for the script, everything about it. It's brilliant, right? Now, I find this show entertaining for all the factors, so all the different ingredients. Not just the comedy, which is fantastic. It is really good comedy. Like, you know, it's laid back, and at time the comedy is a little bit crude and offensive, but I'm gonna get into that in the morality section later on in the video. For now, let's focus on just the entertainment. So, yeah, there's the comedy, there's the drama, which is also great, and the drama, there's a bit of comedic presence that seeps into the drama a little bit, but you know, it's a mockumentary. That's gonna happen, but it's still great either way. And then there's the romance, and the romance is really great, even though it's not like a central plot point. You know what I mean? And another thing about the romance is it's one of the central factors that separates the American show from the British show. And Jim and Pam, Angela and Dwight are the two main ships in the show, and they're both great. Specifically Jim and Pam, I've watched it probably 3 out of the 5 times just for the romance. Really entertaining. Again, even though it's not very central, it's just one of the greatest TV show romances that I've seen, and I think that a lot of people seen. A lot of people have based what they want their love life to be off of that, off of Jim and Pam. So, good going. Yeah, so that's something. So yeah, I would rate the entertainment factor of The Office: An American Workplace 4.7 out of 5 stars. Awesome. Now moving on to the morality factor. I can talk words, language, English. Okay. The morality factor. Now, I have met so many people. I can't tell you how many people I've met that I've asked if they've seen The Office, and they've said, I watched the first episode and I just didn't like it. I found it kind of offensive. And a lot of people do find the show a little bit offensive, and that's the main point that they have about it, and at least the main negative point that they have about it. And to those people, I try to explain that if you go further into the show, you're gonna be able to see that it's not the show itself that's offensive. The show isn't offensive. The show makes you feel things. The characters that they create are caricatures. They're purposefully crude, sexist, and racist sometimes, completely intentionally, and they're meant to make you feel something. They're meant to make you feel anger sometimes. And sometimes laughter too. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the offensive comments are there for the comedy, and if you watch the show, you'll understand why it works. And again, it's up for interpretation, but it is my opinion that it's done on purpose, and it's done very well, and if you watch the show all the way through, or even just halfway, you'll understand that. So, that is the characters. Moving on to the writing and casting, Michael Schur, main writer, brilliant guy, he's done a lot of great stuff, and The Office is one of his greatest works, and, yeah, casting is great, it's pretty diverse, covers a lot of good issues, and it's pretty conscious, I think. So, yeah, in terms of morality, I would give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to the last section, which is who I recommend this show to. I wish I could recommend it to everyone. I really wish I could, but I do understand that The Office isn't for everyone. A lot of people don't like the style, you know, that slice of life, kind of laid-back comedy, the offensive comments, you know, it's sometimes a little bit, you know, not what people want to watch, but I love it, and I recommend it to fans of mockumentaries, comedy, a little bit of romance, a little bit of action, definitely drama, and if you're a fan of all those things, you know, check it out. And if you watched the first episode, and you thought it was either just too, like, weird or offensive, or you just didn't like watching it, re-examine it. Take a second look, try to go back and watch the second episode, English. Again, it takes maybe 2 seasons to get into, but once you get past that, it's fantastic. And so yeah, try to re-examine it, and if you haven't examined it in the first place, check it out. You know, I know you have nothing to do. It's quarantine. Admit it. You have no life. Actually, you. Anyway, so, in all, I am going to rate The Office and American Workplace a total of 4.6 out of 5 stars. That is my official rating for this show. Yeah, and that's going to be all for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this review of a milk chocolate hazelnut peanut and cranberry chocolate bar. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave something in the comments if you agree, disagree about my opinions of the show, my rating. If you have something to add, you just want to talk about it, do whatever. I'm into it. I'll see you next time.